Residents in Hong Kong have been protesting for 3 months now, and they are not letting up. Yesterday, thousands of students boycotted the first day of classes and instead rallied peacefully for democracy. NBC's Christopher Livesay spoke with protest organizer Max Chung about the ongoing demonstrations and when we can possibly expect things to cool down.
You wanted to meet in this safe indoor location. Why?
Well, actually, I was beaten up by some of 4 South Asian guys. I was attacked in 100 meters away from the police station.
So wait, you were leaving the police station. You had been arrested.
Yep.
They let you out, and as soon as you got out, somebody attacked you?
Yep. And before I get into the police station, I saw a few South Asian guys who were sitting around already. So I was on alert. And I went for a media interview with the reporters, and when we were handling the preparations, then I was attacked.
Why are they targeting you? This is what I want to understand. I mean, what makes you somebody that they would go after?
It is because I have been interviewed by a lot of newspapers, no matter they are locals or international medias, and the march in Yuen Long, we were responding to the Yuen Long terrorist attack, which was happened on the 21st of July.
How is this thing going to end? I mean, we're seeing an escalation in violence. Is this thing going to end violently or peacefully?
Well, politically speaking, negotiation is a must, right? However, all the protesters here in Hong Kong, we are calling for 5 demands. The Carrie Lam, the chief executive of Hong Kong, she seems that she has acknowledged it, but she never addressed it and she never responded to it.
If you could summarize what it is that people are protesting for, could you point to it, that one thing that matters most?
I think one thing the most is about the police brutality at this moment, okay? Because we have been seeing a lot of videos, a lot of reports. I mean, the police are being watched, but they have never stopped. I mean, when they talk about the rule of law in front of us, and it is a joke because they have never followed their guidelines, they have never handled things accordingly. So I think the investigation on the police brutality, or what we term is an independent investigation inquiry, should be started immediately.
So is this going to end anytime soon? I mean, the school is back in session now. This movement is driven by young people, but can they really afford to stay out of school? I mean, is this movement going to last?
Almost all the march and rally and the protest, it happens in the weekend. So even though it is mostly supported by the students or with the young people of Hong Kong, they can have the breaks in the weekend. So I don't see any possible way to stop all the protests at the moment until the Carrie Lam and the Peking authorities respond to the Main 5 request.
They want to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. They probably aren't going to let these protests go on at the same time. That's not going to fit their image of a unified China. What's going to happen?
The Hong Kong government, the SAR government, they want to declare the emergency in Hong Kong so that they try their best to avoid the People's Armed Police to be entered into Hong Kong. That is only their wish. I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. First of all, the Peking government, they have to understand what is happening before I can comment on it. But I don't see that they really understand what is going on.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.